This is my entry for this week's DreamSnap, Hair with Flair. So for this one, I knew I wanted to make a salon, and since I wanted to have Daisy and Rapunzel in the shot, I had to make it a fake indoor shot. So I started with grabbing the purple swivel chairs, as they felt like they could work for salon chairs. I also grabbed Daisy's salon chair to add in the background, grabbed Daisy's store counter and register, and put them there for now, and grabbed the purple framed rug and put those under the swivel chairs, added Daisy's vanity mirror and placed them by the chairs, shifted things to be better lined up, added mirrors to the other side. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep those as they were likely going to be in the way, scooting the salon chairs, testing the camera. I was planning on having my character sitting in one of the chairs, and having Daisy and Rapunzel on either side of her. Seemed okay, but was probably going to have to move the mirrors, at least the one in front of the center chair. Grabbed the Wanderer combination cupboard to use as my walls, since they are nice and tall and can be placed right next to each other. I liked the idea of having some windows, so I grabbed the stained glass greenhouse wall and framed it with another cupboard. I didn't like that much brown showing, so I went looking for an all-white counter to add between them. And I liked that, plus it gave me somewhere to put the hairdryer. Extending my wall, adding another window, more counters, and another cupboard. And I felt like something should go along the wall, but I wasn't sure what. I liked Daisy's wardrobe, as it matched and covered a good part of the empty wall, but it didn't fit flat against the wall. I tried adjusting it, but that didn't help. Added another, then decided to make the wall longer so I could fit the wardrobe better. And I liked that better. Adjusting Daisy's counter, grabbing another counter to put the register on. I really wish they let you put it on Daisy's counter. I tried placing them right next to each other, hoping that would help, but I wasn't sure about it, and went looking for some clutter items to add near or on the mirrors. Grabbed the tissue box as I liked that it fit and the purple matched, scattered in a few purple bottles and a few purple orchids, and figured it was time to add some flooring, so I grabbed the golden opal road and filled in the area. Getting a better angle, testing the first and second chair to decide which one I wanted to focus on. And I liked the first one better, but I still wanted to have another chair next to it, so adding another, cleaning up the mirrors in front since they were going to be in the way, extending the wall a bit more, adding a corner, and cutting out a spot for another window. Adjusting the walls to fit the window better, trying to add counters, but the chairs are in the way. Scooting them forward a bit, adding a counter. It's sticking out too much, so scooting the window back a smidge to scoot the counter. Grabbing a longer white counter as I ran out of the others. Getting a better angle. I wanted to add some buildings to make it feel more like a city street through the windows. Grabbed the French bakery as I thought the awning might help it feel more like a city street. Added the coffee shop to be seen through the other window. Grabbed the flower shop and added it next to the bakery, and I felt like it needed another building, so I added the designer workshop, adjusting the placements to be better lined up, checking out a better angle. The ones on the left need to scoot over, adjusting them. That felt better. And I actually don't mind the counter by the register, scooting them closer. And you can't see the salon chairs at all, so getting rid of the wardrobe and scooting them over. You can at least see one of them now, so that felt better. And figured it was time to check how it was looking in camera mode. Getting into position, using the villager toggle to pull Daisy and Rapunzel over. I wanted them closer, so I need to move them. Not sure why they're frozen, but it made it easier to get them into place. And grabbing Hades, as I wanted to use his animation that everyone around reacts to freeze them with their reaction to him, as that animation is a little different than their selfie poses. Trapping him in front of the shot, stopping hanging out so he can do his animation, getting into place, and of course he does his animation immediately, quickly pausing Rapunzel, but I didn't catch it at the right time, waiting for him to do it again, zooming out since I feel like he is more likely to do it when he is being watched, and got him. Thank you, Hades, for being cooperative. I like Rapunzel, but I'm not sure if I want Daisy to have the same pose. Trying different angles while I debate about her pose. I wasn't sure, but I kinda wanted to have my character looking off to the side. To do that, I switched back into second camera mode, turned the camera a little, paused, and switched back into third camera mode. I wasn't sure. I liked it, but I also didn't. Trying the other direction. Maybe a little better? But I was starting to feel like there was too much room between my character and the other chairs, so scooting them a little closer. Also scooting the register a little as well. And since it was feeling like the whole area was a little big, I decided to get rid of one of the mirrors in the back and scoot the salon chairs in. Debated adding a wardrobe back there, but that didn't feel quite right, so I just scooted the wall closer instead. Checking how that's looking. Too much room between the chairs in the back and the salon chairs. Scooting them closer, and the register too. Bringing the wall closer as well. Adding some blooming cherry trees to add a little more color. Adding a couple orchard lavender vases. Shifting the bottles to put it in a better spot. Considered the beautiful blooming flower pot, but it didn't feel right anywhere. Added a couple potted blooming trees outside the windows. And I wanted to add more carpets, but more of the same didn't feel right. So I tried the pink sweet tooth rug, and I kinda liked that. Adjusting the chair to fit it better. Checking how that's looking. That was feeling better. But they have stopped responding to Hades. So, aiming selfie mode at them to see if that unfreezes them. It did! Now I need to freeze them before they wander off. And I lost Daisy. Trying to toggle her back, not really working. And now Rapunzel is leaving. Dealing the touch of magic to block them in since Hades isn't in the shot. Spamming the toggle to try and get them in the blocked area. Worked for Daisy, but not for Rapunzel. Opening it up to push her in. Hades, you couldn't wait a minute. Now pushing her in, closing it off, and getting back into position. And now to wait for Hades, because of course, now he doesn't want to do his animation. And they all seem to be stuck? Okay, I guess I need to reload, because no one seems to want to do anything. Well, I had to hang out with Daisy to get her here, and Hades is refusing to show up. So I won't be able to use him for the poses. Not sure if I like Daisy winking, but it could be fun. Not really feeling it. That's better. And waiting for Rapunzel to do something interesting. That's not really helpful. And I managed to catch her trying to talk to me. And that would be the one time I'm actually happy when one of them does that when I'm in camera mode. Tweaking camera positioning. And I liked that, but it felt a bit empty. So I reluctantly decided to back out and add more villagers. Grabbed anyone I thought would make sense, or just might be fun to have in the shop. Blocking off the area so they won't wander off. Using the toggle to spawn them in the area, and I forgot to block that spot off. No escaping. Back to pulling them over, and most of them should be in the area now. So, getting back into position. And now to wait for them to do something interesting. Trying Daisy like that, though I wish she wasn't quite that turned. I don't mind Elsa there, so freezing her. Waiting for someone else to do something interesting. I'm not sure about Anna sitting there. Not really feeling it. I like Minnie waving, so I'll try that. I like Snow White there, but she's not facing the right way. And that's not a good spot. I don't mind Flynn waving, but Belle needs to move. I can't really see Snow White there, so not a good spot. Realized Ariel wasn't over here, so used the toggle to summon her. And I don't mind that pose, but Daisy is a bit blocking. Anna, you can't share the seat with Elsa. Tried to summon Donald over, but he went right behind my character. Not a good spot. Trying a different pose for Daisy, so she isn't blocking Ariel. Rapunzel seems stuck, so I froze her placement and turned her visibility on and off to try and reset her, which actually worked. Summoned Merida over, and she's right in front of Donald. At least she's a little more seeable than he is there. Using the toggle to move Donald. Still not a great spot for him, but he seems to be stuck and doesn't want to move. Snow White, you can't share with Elsa either, though I kinda like that she's looking over at my character. Unpausing Elsa. I don't like how blocked and cut off Donald and Merida are, so playing with camera angles to try and fix it. And just hiding Merida. That works, but now you can't see Snow. That works. But I don't know. Hiding Donald. And Rapunzel is painting again. Though that pose could be interesting if the easel goes away. And it does. That kind of works. Belle, not a good spot. Belle, not a good spot. And she doesn't want to move. And for some reason she isn't on my list of villagers, so I can't hide her. So, backing out and starting over. Pausing Ariel. I like how happy she looks. Quickly pausing Daisy and Snow White. Hiding Belle, now that she is on the list. Trying Donald there. Notice Snow White's eyes were closed, so unpausing her. And pausing her again. Rapunzel is painting, so waiting for the right moment to pause her. Getting the camera back in the right spot. Testing Daisy's pose, but she blocks Ariel too much if she shifts over with her animation. Trying Elsa there. I wish she was facing the camera, but I don't mind her in that spot. Summoning Merida over. I don't mind her there. Elsa turned, and I like that better. Now to try to not get butterflies in my shot, since they don't make sense in an indoor shot. And I like that. If you're curious, this snap took about 2.5 hours to do. Thank you for watching the video. Please like it if you found it at all helpful, and subscribe if you want to see more like this.